Oh,
What's up? What's up?
how
How
you
you doing?
doing, man?
Doing good, doing good, and good.
Looking
Gotta
back 6 years ago, man, about this time.
6 years ago, bro. Six
Yeah,
years. Damn. I am. Some people still talk to me about those rounds and this time, those battles, and you know, I can't realize it's already 6 years.
I know. It feels like yesterday. It really does. It really does, man. Because like
Huh?
being in that room, and that was a special year, man. That was there was so much happening. You must have. I mean, you went so many rounds.
Bro, I did. Yeah, yeah. The one-on-one battle, the two-on-two battle. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, the ciphers.
The ciphers, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to stay away from the ciphers to keep some stamina.
I mean, I know you got stamina, but it's a lot, man. 2 days of going through something like that is a lot.
It was a lot, yeah.
And you were probably you were adjusting to a different time zone too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that that's the work. That's the work when you're traveling, battling. You get used to that. You get used to that. Or if you don't, you have to.
You have to.
Oh, you have to. You have to. Or
Yeah.
you want to survive. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can imagine that. Again, going from probably at the time, let's see, were you still in Sweden or were you in France at the time?
At this time, wait, let me remember. At this time, at this time, I was out from almost a year in China.
Okay.
I spent maybe 1 month in France, and then decided to come to LA for the battle.
Wow. Did you show up earlier to the battle or were you kind of there around the time of the event?
No, battle, I always come early,
Mm, okay.
especially especially if I'm entering. But most of the time, I want to dance.
Yeah.
I want to be there, to dance first. So
Right.
I early. I want to have the maximum of time in music, and because nowadays you don't have those vibes anymore in club, and this time is done.
Yeah, and freestyle session is so much different, man. It has that just original feeling of jam still.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what was the first? Was that the first freestyle session you've been to, or were there other ones before that?
No, no, it was the first.
That was the first. Wow.
First, it was the first.
So even being there and getting there early, I mean, were you connecting then with like Andre and other people, like other LA cats?
Yeah, connecting for me is a big word because I am really not shy, but I like to give people their space and not invading too much, and like coming and hey, video, blah blah blah, I'm not like that. But yes, I could cipher with people. Those who weren't cipher, I was watching them like from far, like, oh, this is what he looked like for real. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Was there
Right.
anybody that you met for the first time there that like you hadn't met, whether it was a dancer or OG?
Yeah, it was a lot, bro. It was a lot. It was at this time because sometimes I am missing the 2 times I went to freestyle session. There is
Uh-huh.
one came for answer, and I came for one to watch.
Just
Like
to watch, yeah.
the one I came to watch. Yes.
Yeah.
That time I remember I met Andre for the first time. I met Flat Top for the first time. It was
Hey.
for the first time. I met. Um, I don't know if you remember me at this time, but I'm pretty sure Devious was there at this time.
Right.
I
Yeah,
heard
from Great One
that
Eighters,
yeah,
MZK.
this
Yeah.
was there at this time. And there is many other guys that I can't tell you the names, but I'm pretty sure they are like
Right.
regular there. There is a popper, like he came to me, tell me everybody tell me you I look like you, and he was like pretty good. Like, and I was like, oh, okay.
All
I could
right.
see in the cipher it was a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Many people I used to see like on video online in the back.
Right.
I could see this live, like the LA vibe, the difference between what is it in LA and what is it in other countries.
Yeah, and it's cool how many different unique styles of people wear obviously the West Coast funk, whether it's the Bay Area or it's Fresno or it's LA pop locking, and all of that just comes together at freestyle session, you know, and
Yeah, yeah,
which was so cool, man. I mean, you represented that year, and it's not easy. I'll tell you, it's not easy to like come from out of the LA scene and then be in a battle and win it. You know, I'm just saying, like, it's just the mentality. I think I was telling you kind of that, like, about just judging styles sometimes here in the USA, you know. So again, like, you put in so many rounds. I was just looking, I'm like, man, I didn't realize how many rounds you put in, because you were in the 2-on-2 as well. So
yes, yes, bro. I can't. I think I dropped like around 20 to 25 round that day. I think because one battle is kind of 10 to 20, 20 to 15 rounds, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Two battles like around 20 something.
Jeez, man, gotta
I,
get
I was
another award for that. You know,
I was in
stamina.
shape. I was in shape, bro. If I do this now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die, bro.
I'm out. White flag.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After
Man.
that two
So,
last year, I can't do that.
just kind of going back, let's take it back. Cause I've heard your name for so many years just throughout, watching videos, and then obviously friends that I have in the Europe scene and stuff. But for people that maybe don't know some of your history, go back to kind of where you started. Did you grow up in France? Is that where you grew up?
No,
Sweden?
no, no,
No?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Um, I grew up in the
Okay.
Caribbean country, Martinique. Martinique. It's a if I have to put it on the map with English Island, it's under Saint Martin.
Okay.
It's under Saint Martin, but above Barbados.
Okay.
It's in the between.
In between. Okay.
In the between, you have like 2 or 3 French islands,
Okay.
and I grew up there. I grew up there, practiced there for over basically from I started in '99, and I started travel in 2007.
Okay.
Started travel 2007. I was practicing with a b-boy crew, so I have the old school beginning of six step of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
waving, roboting, breaking, doing everything, you know.
Yeah.
And then 2012 is there I decided to stay in Europe, in
Okay.
France.
Okay. What was your early influence growing up on that island, like in terms of whether your family, your friends? What was it that kind of was like, man, dance is just something that hits my soul?
Uh, I will say honestly, for me, dance wasn't really in the picture.
Okay.
I was really into sports. I was swimming.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. My destiny was to be like a very very big swimmer and move to French team and stuff like this.
Mm.
And I wasn't a club head. I wasn't a club head. I was young, and not into really dancing. But dancing in the Caribbean, as people know, it's something not normal. Like
Yeah, yeah. It's
it's
like
something like
eating and drinking. You got to dance,
exactly
music.
eating,
Yeah.
drinking, dancing, something else. And this is the music always been around, but I wasn't into dancing. And then to be honest, how it started, I saw a showcase. I saw a showcase. I was into Michael Jackson, like every
Yeah,
young
all of us,
gamer,
man.
14 years old, going to Michael Jackson. And I saw a showcase from guys from Paris
Okay.
that I never met again. I searched them, I couldn't find them. And I remember what made me crazy is that one of those guys, he did the knee backslide.
Mm,
He did the knee backslide, and I was
okay.
seeing live. It was the first time I was seeing like street dance for real. I didn't even
Yeah.
know it was existing. I was like far from it. For me, Michael
Right.
Jackson was the best dancer in the world.
Yeah, of
You
course.
see the knee backslide, and bro, my mind was like, this guy is better than Michael Jackson. How does he do that? And then it started from that point.
Yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
seems like, especially Wiggles kind of being the one who seems to be the originator of that.
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
I I told him later. I told him, yo, I saw one dude do your move back in my island in
yeah.
'99. This move made me start dancing. It was like, really? I said, yeah, and he
Oh,
did it
it's so
good.
funny how he's influenced because of all the music videos like the Usher My Way or Limp Bizkit and all these things that we see. And then, years later when we finally connect those dots, it's like,
Yeah,
wow,
exactly,
man,
exactly.
wow.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tell you, we 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 knew each other for a bit, Mr. Wiggles and me, and it's
Yeah.
one day we were drinking coffee or something, and I told him, "Oh, it was your move who made me start dancing." He was like, "What? For real?"
yeah,
Like,
man. Yeah, and Wiggs is he's so humble and he's
mm.
thank you. Doing all this stuff, chewing his gum or whatever. But no, that's great. So in terms of then on the island, the only reason I want to like kind of focus on the island is just because there's so many people that I'm sure you've interacted with, whether it's on your classes or teaching anywhere, where they feel like, and obviously for us back then, we weren't as connected as we are now. It was a VHS tape, a DVD, barely trying to get onto like SoulSeek or LimeWire and find a video and all
You
of that.
said the word so
Yeah,
sick.
so growing up on that island, I guess being able to learn there and then jump to Europe, that gives people a lot of hope in the situation that they're in currently, whether
Yeah,
it's a small town. Even though, yeah, I can get on here, I can get on YouTube and connect, but still, there's that being able to represent the foundation.
exactly. I'm like I am saying in those people who are interested of doing this for real. I
Yeah.
always tell them I'm a pure product of the outside,
Mm.
if you can say it like this, the outside of the bubble, the,
Yeah.
let's say like this, the mainstream battles, the all this thing. I was totally outside,
Yeah.
and, and there is only one way is to jump in.
It's like the cipher, man.
No
Just jump
other
in.
way. Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember, like you said, we had so sick. At the time I decided to travel, we were still on. It was 2005, six.
Okay.
We were barely on a DSL or the
Mm-hmm.
internet slow as hell. It
Yeah. Yeah.
to have one video, you were waiting like one day or something.
Stout to Wolf, man. Stout to Wolf. That was the site. Got to wait a week before all the videos come out again for Juste Boo and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Was that something that that inspired you watching like Juste Boo and like you're like, okay, I'm definitely
And,
going to
and
Europe.
I will tell you, if everything I could pick on, I was on it,
Yeah,
and I wasn't like those cats who had the, let's say, the good internet connection for this time.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
having the slow, diggity slow. And so any little video from Steal the Roof, any little thing, bro, this made me learn almost everything. When I
yeah,
came and I tell people, oh, I learned it bopping, I learned all of this, I learned all of this. And people were telling me later on, how did you learn those things? Because basically, when you were searching, it was a part of what you had online, you know?
Right, right.
Exactly. All those little informations that you had in small videos or you know small VHS video they put on SoulSeek.
Yeah,
All this those little things will disappear now. I can't
yeah,
find those videos anymore, you know?
right.
And yeah, yeah.
It was such a different time, like you're saying, just being able to experience that and waiting and your training in between, and then when you get to watch that, B-Boy Junior video, like early Red Bull BC1,
Oh man. Uh,
early Juste Boo,
Lord of the Floor.
Lord of the
I
Floor,
was watching,
IBE.
bro, I was watching everything. I was with B-boys. So you know
Yeah,
B-boys.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was with,
Everybody, what was the one? Everybody was trying to get Storm's DVD or VHS. It was like, oh, I got Storm. If
there
you
is
had
a
that, you had everything.
it was an event you had in United States. I think it was breaking, but also at this time I remember it was calling more top dance
Oh,
or
okay.
I think it's city to city,
B-Boy
city to
City
B-boy city or
or
city
City
to.
City. Okay.
I
Yeah, I know
remember
what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember seeing Matt Chad with his long hair.
Oh,
Yes,
like
exactly. With the
wow.
glasses and the black suit. Yes,
There
man.
there was a show that was on the West Coast because I grew up in San Diego. So there was a show. I can't Dance 360, and it was just like it was a dance battle, but it was like Keenan and Kel. Kel was the host, and then somebody
Uh,
else, and they had a DJ, and they'd be like, "All right, people in the crowd, dancers come out." And I remember the Twitch episode. I remember the Mad Chad episode, and the
oh,
other B boys. But Chad with his long hair, and
yeah,
he started doing windmills,
the
bro.
windmill. Exactly,
And then he
exactly,
stops, and then he's like,
exactly. That's
but
Robert doing the windmill. Yes.
for that time, you and I and others, that was just like, oh man, like it just made you want to train so much more.
Exactly.
So from that point, what was your decision to be like, okay, I'm jumping to Europe, and where did you go, and who were the first people that helped you kind of start with Europe?
You know, my first try because I was young. I was young. I was like 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
And I did my first try, like I said, in 2007. So my goal was to move to Europe, you know. But at this time, you know, you start in life,
Okay.
not a, not a lot of money. So I was searching first. Okay, uh, the first dancer who really made me move is the locker, Gemini, the locker from
Hey.
Gemini. Uh, the U.S. dancer who made me move is Bionic Man.
Hey. Shout
Bionic,
out to
exactly, Mr. Bionic Man.
Bionic
They are
Man.
the first like overseas professional dancer I met.
Mm.
And then they saw me and they told me, "Oh, you have to move, you have to move, you have to come on the scene." I remember on Mr. Wiggles forum, Bionic Man was talking about me. I saw a guy on an island. He knew everything I could teach. It was crazy. Right.
Yeah.
And then I did my move, enter a battle. This battle I met Popping Pete son, you know, Shawnee,
Oh,
when he was
Shawnee. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
exactly when he was battling in France. The French community really helped me at this time. The one who helped me the most was the first winner of Just the Boop Hopping original mat,
Mm.
very first winner. He helped me a lot. He gave me a home. He gave me hush puppies. He gave me, everything. He gave me the package to start,
Yeah. Yeah.
puppies, a house, and advice. Because in France, he had the luck to be very close to many dancers.
Okay.
Because all that just debut time from 2002 to 2007, he was around many dancers from the US, close to the EBs. All the dancers was coming to his house.
Yeah.
So he had like a load of information, not just about the dance, but also the inside. How do they practice? How do they practice? How do they think? You know, by the thing that you learn by staying with somebody and not just watching a video.
Right.
You know, and
wow,
I learned from the moves I could see on the screen. I learned with him the thinking. Oh, how do you practice? How to be smart on practice? How do you work dance? You know, not just blasting music and go out for hours. You don't know really what you're doing.
Yeah.
No.
Having a purpose, having a connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Having some type of idea behind your training.
Right. And I've noticed that too, just with the give back and stuff. I was just looking through, and a lot of the advice that you give, talking to you now, it seems like that was some of that original advice that's stuck with you. And how you give. So what was like your first major event or battle that you were there and you're like, wow, this is just, it's overwhelming?
I can't tell you straight.
I know there's many, but was it like IBE, just debut, battle of the year?
It's not about that people know, because it was only one edition.
Okay.
Yeah, it was only one edition, but it was my first let's say world level battle, like with people from everywhere.
Yeah.
It was 2007. Sally Sly was the organizer, and the lineup was, man, it was Elite Force. It was Taco, but Taco couldn't come. It was Aki from Japan. It was Wally from France. It was OJ Skeeter Rabbit. It was
rest in peace.
Exactly, rest in peace.
Yeah.
So many people. And I came there, and of course, the French scene I was seeing on videos, like all the Iron Mike, Nelson, Frankie, and some other name, I don't have it now.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, the locker, Gemini, was the guy who guided me through this, because I knew nobody, so it was in my back. Okay, go there, say hi to these people, because I was so shy, you know. I was staying,
really, wow,
you know, I was shy, man, and I was staying in my corner watching people like wow, you know, a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
On the first day, it was a party. It was a cipher. The cipher was Link, I can tell you from memory, Link, Iron Mike, Aki, Frankie, Sally Sly, Salah, Gemini. Man, the cipher was off the charts. And me, I was watching this. I was there, wow. And then Iron Mike telling me, yeah, enter. I couldn't enter. I had no legs. Nothing. My legs were jelly, bro. I had nothing.
Yeah.
Couldn't enter the cipher. I froze. I went back to my seat. Gemini came to me because he was seeing my face. I was white. And I start to cry, bro. Cry. Properly. Cry. It was, what's happening? And I tell him, bro, I suck. I told him, I'm so bad. And I was telling him, you want me to enter the battle tomorrow? I can't. I couldn't dance anymore.
Yeah.
Couldn't dance, you know? This was the hardest time for me. I felt that thing of that pressure, like you're not good. Just by seeing, I was it was like a reality check.
Was there anything that Gemini or anybody said around that time that just gave you that little boost of confidence for you to keep going. Because I mean,
Yeah,
again, when you're seeing, yeah, obviously these dancers and you're jumping in, we've all been there, man. I mean,
yeah,
you know, I've been smoked by J Boogie. I always say this because I've been smoked by J Boogie in Vegas. You know, he's one of the best all style dancers out there and all these things. But it was such a humbling experience for me because we're such good friends now, and eventually I just kept going and kept training. So was there anything that from that moment that like Gemini or others were like, hey, like you just gotta, this is, we're throwing you into the wolves, man. You just gotta
you know
pop it.
what what he said. I remember clearly, and I don't wanna throw him under the bus with that, but it's what he said. He told me, bro, tonight it's a party. It's showing off time. Tomorrow it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right. I didn't know what he was talking about because, but I was like, okay, all right. And then he pushed me to Sally Sly, and Sally Sly saw my face, and he came to me and he said, okay, let's dance. And for my first time
Oh,
in France, I ciphered with Sally Sly for over an hour, like back to
wow.
back, back to back, back to back. And man, it was the hot Sally Sly. You remember the
Yeah.
Sally time back in the day. Oh man, oh
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, it was my. This is this talk from Gemini and this cipher who gave me the strength to come on the next day. Otherwise, I would never get up.
I see. These are those stories that are important to me because it really reveals who you are, not only as a dancer, but who you are as a person. You know, because
Yep.
it's like, again, a lot of the people going back, like I said, some of the slides that you had, and originally wanting to get you on here was something that we had a miscommunication with that meme that you posted, and I was trying to. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
trying to explain.
I am always asking because bro, I'm not good dealing with some some stuff,
Yeah,
some
no, I understand.
information, some stuff online,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so I'm going to ask straight, and there
yeah,
is
no, for
no
sure. I
yeah
wanted to
problem.
connect that with the experience of how it is sometimes here. And it probably is that way in other places. Because for me, like that thing is like, okay, well, if a judge comes and he's been hired, I don't care if he's, you know, an OG or somebody, you got to pay attention. Like,
Yes,
and it's the same with music. You got to pay attention. Like, you got to have that moment where you have complete fear, and that's what you've taught. And I see again some of the posts that you've had where you're just like, oh, my self-esteem is low. Not you, just saying, okay, if you're a dancer who
yeah,
has low self-esteem, these kind of things, it's important, man, because again, the generation we grew up in, yeah, you had that moment, I've had that moment before where you're like, dang, man, I'm in the circle with this person, I can't move.
exactly.
But now there's so much more through social media that's just like YouTube comments. Again, step by step, I get them all the time, man. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to post this because somebody might say this. There's so much more
Yeah,
pressure because of
exactly.
that. And so I really appreciate that you can tell that story and connect it with how you teach.
Yes, exactly. I am a huge like I said, I'm coming from outside the bubble. So
Mm-hmm.
this is one thing that I missed somehow from the way I learned. It was that insider, not
Mm-hmm.
just move, not just the moves, but everything else that you're gonna have to deal with by
Yeah.
being in the scene. Everything else, the your own self pressure you put on yourself because you want to be a good dancer. The the outside pressure, like you said, social media. Somehow I would love to, for example, have some talk with younger dancers to see how do they feel that online pressure, because I know as a 30 plus 30 plus dancer,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
how we feel it is might be different from those who grew up with this, because
yeah,
we were there before. But for some people, all those comments are like, it's normal. It's like normal daily life. Like it's the rhythm. So
yeah,
I would like to have those chats. But yeah, it's really important for me in my teaching and in the give back. What I'm developing is to have all this insider to make the dance or the dancer a bit more healthy in a on the big picture.
yeah. Mind, body, and soul. Yeah,
Exactly,
for
exactly.
sure. So as far as kind of moving forward in your career, were there a lot of events and gigs that you were getting? What was like your, besides being in Europe, what was like the first opportunity to get to go out of the country you were living in, or like, yeah, just what was your experience traveling around the world like?
You know, and this, what I will say is also an advice for whatever the level you are or wherever you are. More than 60% of my travel are not from a gig I get
Okay.
since I started.
Yeah.
Since I started travel 2007, most of them, it's my decision.
Okay.
My like you maybe see now online, people see, oh, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. Like, and many people I know all as well, they make the decision to move by themselves and go share, because it's first a feeling of going to learn and dance with other people, and the gigs, let's say like this, it's a cherry on the cake. Like it's the plus.
Yeah.
The first gig I had who made me move, I was already in France. I was already in France, and it was to maybe Norway or something like this.
Okay.
Norway. It was inside Europe.
Okay.
And then I had the opportunity to go to China by a friend, Cathy. I don't remember if you remember that girl. She was popping, the sister of Day Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think you remember her. They were on the scene, both of them very heavy on the scene.
Yeah.
They
Very
they
much.
they stayed. Cathy went back a little bit, but she was teaching. And one day she called me and told me, "Oh, I have a gig in China. Do you have the time?" And I was in France struggling like. I told her when,
Yeah.
and she tell me in 2 weeks you have to pack your bag for like 6 or 7 months. I was like, what? And then I packed my bag and went there. That was one of those gigs that would really change my life.
Yeah.
Let's say change my life, and let's say like this, to be short, what is real work? Real work, like working. That gig
Yeah.
changed my view of. I was thinking I was training hard for real, because I
Mm.
was I
Mm.
was training hard, and when I went there, I was like, oh, okay, there's another level on top of what I do. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that before about China, man. It's just a different yeah, it's just a different thing. In fact, I got a buddy on here, Slinky, and other people who have jumped on this live who have been there and just told me about, the experience of being able to do something like that. And again, it's just completely different from the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
completely different.
What was it about China when you came back that really allowed you to say, okay, I really want to start teaching in this way, or was that something that's just over the years you just kind of continued to gain knowledge and you've been writing it down and building a plan for
Oh,
something like the
oh,
give back?
yeah. For the give back, it's just China gave me that let's say like that boost about, okay, I'm not practicing enough, like
Okay.
in my opinion for myself, and at the same time I could see uh how to say this, the lack of structure, the
Okay.
lack of structure of the dancer in general.
Mm.
It was, I was seeing kids like me back in the day when I was 16, 17, breaking their body off like crazy and getting injuries and everything you can find when you dance, and
Yeah.
being sad and cry and everything mentally and physically, but on booster like 10 times more,
Yeah.
because right there it's a way of getting out of uh, it's a way to make money. Like it's like being a doctor, being this, being that. You can have a status to be a popping dancer over there. You can have a real social thing. So it
Yeah.
was 10 times worse than what I experienced as growing as a dancer and what I could see in Europe countries.
Yeah.
And this made me think, okay, no, there's really something to do, because you can't, as a community, we can't keep going in 2000. At this time we were 2016 or
Yeah.
15,
Wow.
and I started to think we can't keep going into this and first of all hurt ourselves,
Mm.
because nowadays, I was a swimmer back then.
Right.
Nowadays in sports and any type of uh, sports structure or physical activity structure, you have enough knowledge to keep the practitioner healthy and in the best condition mentally and physically. So why there is nothing like that for us?
Mm.
And I decided that nowadays everybody can go on YouTube and learn how to pop, but how to train, how to be mentally conditioned to decide to do this life, travel and battling on big scene, who are way too big, way too big, honestly, for popping. You know, like
Yeah, man,
for
220 pounds got moves.
exactly.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm wait, in American I'm 6'4".
6'4". Okay. Yeah,
I'm six
so I
four.
mean, you give a lot of hope for big dudes, man.
I hope so. I hope so. Yo, if there's big dudes watching, you got to get in.
That's why, and it kind of surprised me when you said swimming, man. I expected you to have something more, but now that you're explaining it and the conditioning with swimming and the conditioning with popping, like there's a relation in there, you know. And obviously, again, with dancers in general and athletics and all that, but was there anything that connected the dots for you on both of those?
Both of those, the I don't know the word in English,
Hmm.
is the body awareness.
Okay.
The body. You see, I am very into twisting, into
Right.
those stuff,
Yeah.
and it's the body awareness. I
Okay.
could I could very early on understand by watching, oh, the legs go there, okay, the shoulders line go there, okay, the head turn like this. I could understand really early on, and I was helping the b-boys
Yeah.
and understanding movement. So I wasn't really aware of the breaking knowledge, but I was seeing the movement. I was seeing the movement and understand the momentum and understand how the body works. It's just that I came up with the TGB and I decided to to make this a bit more professional. So
Yeah.
started to study more to be a professional like fitness coach and fitness trainer,
Right.
mainly to have that official knowledge, to make the connection, connect the dots.
And I've
Yeah,
seen that too, because man, especially with like your leg movement, I was looking at one of your posts, knee angles preventing injuries, and you've got like an old Wiggles photo on there, which, you know, Wiggles again, another inspiration because of, you know, having to do that. You got dancers who are more like Kite and other people. So it was just really cool to like better perform with these three steps. One, concentric contraction, isometric contraction, eccentric contraction. Like, it's just really cool to like have this available for people. And again, looking at somebody like you who's bigger, and then obviously somebody, you know, that's smaller, it helps give them a better perspective of how to
yeah,
treat their bodies and stuff.
exactly. Exactly. You
Yeah.
know, like I always tell a student of mine, nobody have the same body. We
Right.
don't have the same body. So many people are gonna see that because you do popping, you should be able to do some type of moves. But
Mm.
not, you know, I can't shoot down like a green tech.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's it's not because I'm lazy. It's
Yeah.
because my hips can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that reality. We don't have the same body, and some people can touch their knee together. Some people can't. Some
Hmm.
people have legs, you know, I don't know the word in English, this shape. Some people
Yeah.
are more inside. Some people have the hips more inside. Some people have the hips more outside. We don't
Right.
have the same body. So you have to adapt to all those qualities or whatever you want to call it to construct what is comfortable.
Yeah.
Even if there is always a way to work out to with mobility and stuff to find a way against those I don't know the word in English again, positions of your
Uh-huh.
body, you know,
Uh-huh.
those angles.
Yeah,
There's
angles,
always a way
positions.
exactly to work out, but you have to come up with a ways, with some ways. Many people tell me, how do you roll? You roll, you're so flexible. I'm not. I, I tell them I'm not. I
Yeah.
just try to understand the mechanics of it. So when you see it, it's like waving, you know?
Yeah.
It's angle, 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 angle. But when you do it in a movement, it's like it's a flow. And we I came up with the TGB again to make people understand we don't have the same body, but we use the same structure. So find a way to use those structure that we use in the popping the best way you can with your body, not trying to be inside the body of somebody else.
Right. Yeah. And if you guys are interested, go on to Stockos page, go onto his stories, you'll see the give back. And
Exactly.
honestly, there's so much great information. Like, just I'm I won't even say I'm impressed. I just, after talking to you, I understand it now, you know, and it's cool. So yeah, definitely go on to his page. And again, he's got, you know, the meme that
Yeah,
has
but
shocked the world. I mean, you must stay on beat, the whole song. Let's kind of like finish with that, man, because again, that's kind of how this whole conversation again kind of sparked with us. And I've been wanting to, man, because I had posted that Frantic versus you way back, you know, a couple months ago. And
yeah,
again, like I said, I've heard your name, so it's really great. But in terms of, so yeah, talking about the body, but talking about something that dancers really need to understand is just like connecting with the music and not jumping into it, because I think that's some of the stuff that you've said is like a lot of people just jump into it. And again, that's something, we just all have that excitement. We love dance, we want to share it, but then, you
but
know,
dance is not about the movement.
right, yeah, it's about, you know, and again, there's those times where you're in a cipher and sometimes you just got to break it up and make it not be serious and have fun. But Yeah, what was it about, like something like, hey, you must stay on beat the whole song?
Oh, honestly, I will tell you the first thing is I love memes. I love those jokes.
Yeah,
I love those bad jokes who make you uncomfortable. You
yeah,
know, because even me, for example, I made these memes, but I can tell on some battle. I watch myself and I'm like, oh, I was off, but I was so excited. I was
yeah,
sure I was on. Like I was sure I was on. And to make those memes, it's also a reminder for me.
yeah,
Like don't get the excitement, get the best out of you. Just stay calm. Let's say in the event perspective, stay calm and enjoy the music first. You know, it's enjoy
yeah.
the music first.
Yeah, again, you could probably see that progression from that cipher with all those, OGs and all these people you've been
Exactly.
influenced by, to now, where maybe, again, and that's great that you can stay humble in that and saying, look, oh yeah, I know I need to like step back here, but I was feeling it, and like
Yeah.
finding that balance between, yeah, like I'm just having fun, or I'm really just wanting to get my anger out or get my happiness out or whatever it is. So
What you're saying is a huge thing that there is a huge struggle, I think, in the community is that do I dance for fun or do I dance to perform? Do I dance
mm,
to this? Do I dance to that? And this is a position who get the best out of us when it's come to cipher and jam or performing a battle. This this little fight is in us all the time.
the gap. I'm looking at one of your
Exactly.
posts. The gap.
The gap. Exactly.
Yeah.
This gap is getting the best out of us, and for me, the best reminder is you got to be in love with music and not
Mm,
just popping or hip hop. This music, I really realized that not many years ago. I was dancing, and I realized it like 2014. Like you have to be in love with music, the
yeah.
sound, the
Yeah.
the thing of bam, boom, boom, the timing, the music entirely, not just popping beats
Yeah.
or this song from Jedila or music
Yeah.
entirely to be able to, even if you don't like this sound, this particular song, you like music. The
Mm,
fact that you express yourself through the sounds. This is for me something very, very deep that young dancers should not work on, but be aware of. Like expressing myself to the sounds. It
right.
could be a drum, it could be whatever. But this, let's say, like I like to say it like
Yeah.
this game, exactly.
There's something that Paradox, when he came to Florida a couple years ago, was explaining about how USA is like listens to the groove, and then Europe has this other. I can't think of the phrase right now, but there's something just how they interpret the music in terms of like a groove. And I've seen you kind of post something similar to that, but that whole post when you're talking about the gap and again, we all go through those ebbs and flows. It's
Yeah,
just like dance. The music
exactly.
changes, it goes off. When the music goes off, there's that b-boy clap. And
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
getting down.
yeah. It's coming back to this that I will say like this, like when you come on the what Paradox said, when you make the let's say the US view on the groove and the culture
Yeah.
versus say like this the European view, like more maybe more on the movement and more technical, you know what I mean, that
Mm.
more technical minds into it. I'm gonna say for me both view help one another.
Groove versus flow. groove
exactly.
versus flow. That's what he's talking about.
Ah, yes, yes, exactly. And this is the thing that for me, both, it's like one hand's washing the other. But
Mm.
but in the
Oh,
how to say, in the deep of that, like in the beginning, it's the sound, it's the music. You hear boom boom pap. If you do boom zoom pap, if you do pam pam pap, if you do shoot shoot pap, it's this thing in the beginning that you have to be in love with. That it have to be like something will make you happy. If it's not making you happy, hard dance will be very hard.
yeah.
Will be very hard. Whatever the side you are, if you are more analytic and flowing with structure, if you are more into the groove and something more organic, whatever, it's this game, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've noticed that too, just with your flow, man. Because you know, when you're throwing your legs and then you go and then all of a sudden you have this hard hit, it's like, wow, man, the levels of it. And again, like you said, just kind of music and going back and looking at that 2015, man, I was just kind of like, man, you were just like telling a story through it, you know, a 20 to 25 round story, but you know, um, but yeah, no, now again, and that's why we have these conversations, man. Because again, what you post and being able to connect that and your history and the risks that you've taken, it all goes out there on the floor, and it should be for everybody, every single time, and to be grateful and be blessed to enjoy these talents and these opportunities to meet
Exactly.
so many
Like,
people from so many
like
backgrounds.
exactly. Have fun, met people, you know. This is the we are kind of getting far from it because this at this time we're starting to be more digital and stuff like
Yeah.
this more and more and more. But the essence of it is having fun together with it, you
Yeah.
know. Yes, yes, yes.
Amen. So what do you got coming up, man? Any shout outs or anything that you want to kind of like say in terms of what you have coming?
Oh, what I have coming, honestly, not that much. You know the time right now. I'm not gonna say the word for the algorithm. But exactly.
I know, I
You
got
know
you.
what time it is. You know what
Yeah,
time it is.
yeah.
So I'm really building with the flow. So I am working on the TGB,
Okay.
working the TGB, still studying because I'm honestly I'm honestly think about that for the community, not a way of making some kind of deal or something because you know it's for the dance first.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my time to build it really slowly to make it really efficient. And I still teach the people who come to me, and
Yeah.
yeah, I am building day by day because you know because of what you know, that's what we
Yeah,
do now.
for sure, man. Again, y'all, please like go on to his Instagram at Stockos, and yeah, just check out everything. Hit him up if you ever have any questions. He's always available. So
Yeah, yeah. I have for the people who watch, who gonna watch. I am always open to talk. Just don't come to me like with a question without saying hi or how are you doing. And
yeah,
as long as you come with a human spirit, a normal person spirit, I am always open. There is no problem. You know, I'm very
definitely.
simple.
Yeah.
So hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you,
Really,
man. It's been
really
an
appreciate.
honor.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate.
We'll hopefully connect in person again soon, man. It'd be great to
It
yeah,
would be very
it'll
great
yeah,
after
for
all.
sure. Thank you again, man. Yeah, have a good day. And yeah, we're gonna share this on our step by step, and then I'm also going to download it and put it up on our step by step YouTube channel so everybody can
Oh, okay, no problem.
yeah. So thank you, man. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, bro. Thank
All
you.
right. Peace.
Peace.